grab your cup. In the Western culture specifically, because that's what I know about where I live, it's become the way to be in life is to share only the good things, the best things about yourself. Look at social media. You know, who has the most amazing house? Who's doing the best vacations? Whose kids are accomplishing the biggest things? Whose body looks the best? Whose marriage is the flagship for all marriages, right? We always want to share that external, looking perfect version of ourselves. And believe me, I'm not saying not to strive for the best version of yourself. Of course, continuing to grow, being the best version of yourself is what I'm all about. But in that practice, in that way we've gone as a culture, we've lost vulnerability, we've lost authenticity. It's not sustainable to always have the best version of everything. It's not sustainable, and it's not the truth, which is why we are left feeling really less than, because we're always comparing ourselves. Well, what are they doing? What is she posting? What is their marriage like? I don't have that. And we're left feeling less than. So here's what I want to offer. When you actually share your vulnerability, when you're actually authentic, that's one of the reasons why I do morning coffee early in the morning before I did anything else, because this is me early in the morning. This is my authentic, just got out of bed self. And that's it. Take it or leave it, right? Jesus says life is not easy. Jesus says there's hard times. And when you need me, I'll walk with you. There's that famous print that shows footprints in the sand, and it says when you needed me, I carried you. It's not that I wasn't there, I carried you. But it's in the authentic sharing that we become more Christ-like. It's in telling the truth of our pain, sharing what we feel we're struggling with in our relationships. It doesn't have to be on social media, but somewhere in your life. Do you have someone in your life that you can actually tell the truth to? That you can say, I'm really scared this is happening. Our marriage is not going great. It looks great out there, but it is not going great. My heart is hurting. The more we settle into what this life is really about, which is learning ourselves and overcoming, and then learning ourselves again, and then overcoming, and creating a relationship with God in that overcoming, and creating relationships with each other in that overcoming. Those relationships only get created when you're authentic and true and vulnerable. We've taught ourselves to not show vulnerability. We've taught ourselves that the stiff upper lip and the person who can do it all themselves is the one who gets the kudos. And it's just not true. And so many people feel inside the untruth of that. So many people feel inside the floundering of that, because there's no room for sharing the growth. When we share our vulnerabilities, when we share the struggles, when we allow ourselves to cry with each other, when we do that in front of someone else, we give them the permission to also share their struggles. We give them permission to feel their pain and to let it out and to cry if they need to. And in that sharing, we become more and more Christ-like, and we hold each other up. Just as Jesus said, when you needed me, I carried you. in doing that, we're doing that for each other, which is accessing the Christ in us, which is modeling what Christ taught us. So, vulnerability, authenticity, the struggles, the sorrow, the pain, if you've been pushing those down, if you've been thinking there's something wrong with you because you even have them, or you're only supposed to ever share, put on social media what you're comfortable putting on. I'm not saying air your dirty laundry for all of the world, but somewhere in your life, find someone that you can be vulnerable and authentic with, and also know that what you're seeing, and I know you know this, but I'm reminding you, okay? What you're seeing all the time that looks so perfect is not the truth, because this life is not about being perfect. It's just not. It's about discovering who you are, deepening your connection to God, and the relationships that we have with each other. If it wasn't about relationship, we would be here by ourselves. Have a good day.